Hello guys, and we're here today with another very interesting deck profile. We're here today with some Dracos again, but this time it is Rescuepals. So instead of Rescuepals, we're here with Rescuepals, and pretty much the main difference is that we're running Rescue Hamster and a Rescue Rabbit. Almost got their name mixed up, but I didn't. And this deck is definitely very competitive, very powerful. It has a lot of combos and can just pump out your Draco Slayers, Synchros, and Fusions, and of course it can pump out just normal XCs. If Infinity was still able to be made with this deck, it would be making Infinity like left and right. And so let's just go on running 3 of the Draco Overlords and 3 of the Draco Slayer normal monsters, so that way we have plenty of targets for Rescue Rabbit as well as Rescue Hamster and our Clash of the Draco Rivals. And this is part of the reason why I don't think this deck is really competitive, is because if it gets drawn out very long, like this deck has an amazing short game. Like it can win in a couple of turns, but if you get it to go to turns, I'd say turn 7, by that point it is gonna start to slow down and start running into problems, especially if you have no more Draco Slayers or no more Draco Overlords and you keep on drawing into your Draco face-off. That can be a problem, or maybe you get your Rescue Rabbit too late in the game, or you just don't have your targets anymore. That's the major problem with this deck. It doesn't have a good long-term strategy. It's all short term. And then as well, we're also running 2 Garnets, which makes more targets for Rescue Rabbit, but of course, you only want to use this card for Brilliant Fusion, so that way you can send either the one Trick Clown we run or any other light monsters, such as the Master Pendulum. So that is definitely something else. If you wanted to mess it up, I don't think there's an Earth one, an Earth Gemini. No, I don't think there is. One that requires an Earth. Like this requires light. I don't think there's one that requires Earth. Anyways, 1 Monkey Boat, of course, because it's just a 1 card scale. Wanting 1 part Tanaga because it's searchable off of Feral Imps, and it's a 3 scale, which helps. It's what you need if you're gonna go for a Pendulum summon. Of course, 1 Draco, 1 Luster Pendulum, which is searchable off of the Draco face-off, and then 1 Skullback Joker, 1 Trick Clown, of course, for the Brilliant Fusion, 3 Wizards, which sometimes you do use as scales, but again, it's mostly to destroy and then get more new scales and just continue on. And then Rescue Hamster and Rescue Rabbit. These are our 2nd and 3rd Joker, if you will, because they are our normal summons of the deck. Although Rescue Rabbit can get its effect if you special summon him, Rescue Hamster has to be normal summon in order for you to use its effect. So Rescue Hamster has 2 effects. If he's in the Pendulum Zone, you can banish him, add 2 face-up Pendulum monsters with the same name from the extra deck to hand. It's not too useful, but it is useful, especially with Lizard Draw. That's a great card to add back. It's a monster effect, though, is what's important. If it was normal summon this turn, then you can target 1 level. You don't target 1 level 5, you tribute it. So summon 2 monsters with the same name as 1 level 5 or lower Pendulum monster that is face up in your extra deck. So that means if you have 1 wizard in your extra deck, you can summon 2 more. Or if you have 2 lizards, you can summon the other 2. Don't know why you do that, we don't run rank 3s, but nonetheless, you can do that. Same would be for the Draco Overlords and the Draco and the Master Pendulum. If you have 1 of them, you can summon out the other 2. And then Rescue Rabbit is, you can just banish him, special summon out 2 level 4 lower normal monsters with the same name. So that would mean any of these people right here. Wanting 3 Lizard Draw, of course, for more draw power. It's just amazing. Guyu Turtle and Lizard Draw, just drawing 2 cards. Maxi, of course, so that way we can get our opponent to slow down, or if they do continue to go on, we get to draw a lot. Guyu Turtle, of course, is the draw power deck. Like I said during the Draco Power deck profile, this deck is no longer about searching, it's now about drawing and drawing and drawing. And then 1 Instant Fusion, of course, because Norden doesn't hurt the deck whatsoever, and probably makes it better getting back some of your, getting back your Luster Pendulum, or some of your Pendulums that have gone to the grave. Just a great way to get them back. And of course, Draco Face Off, you reveal 1 Draco Slayer and 1 Draco Overlord. We're running 3 Draco Slayers because of Luster Pendulum and this guy, and 3 Draco Overlords. And then your opponent chooses 1 at random, and you either summon it or put it in your Pendulum Zone. More than likely, you're going to summon it. 3 Raving Eyes, of course, to just either hurt our opponent or set up plays and the whatnot. And then Twin Twister, of course, because back row can be a problem. 1 Brilliant Fusion, of course, just gets rid of cards from your deck gets this guy in the grave, which isn't bad. You actually want this guy. You cannot put this guy in the graveyard, but you can put this guy in the graveyard, or just get a trick round and have a free XC. And then of course Solemn Strike and Warning for our 3 back row. We are not running Aeronade in this deck. I just couldn't find room. If you could, go ahead. I don't feel it would really mesh well with the deck, because this deck wants to XZ summon and you don't really like to destroy your own monsters that you summon out, because by doing so you don't have your fodder, your rank 4 fodder anymore, because you don't have the monsters on the field. So anyways, on to the extra deck. Dinoster. And of course, we're running 2 Dinosters because a lot of the times your Draco Slayers are gonna end up in the graveyard, right? Because you're probably gonna be XZ summoning with them one way or another. So this is a great card to just make and then summon it back out, and you can just continue on your combos there. So 2 of him is definitely very useful. He's just a monster reborn pretty much. And then Seraphinite, of course, for Brilliant Fusion, you get to summon out if you don't get a summon out, you get an extra normal summon, which means you could possibly get off both of these guys' effects in one turn, and then probably get off it again if you really wanted to. And then Norden is of course a thing where you just summon out a monster reborn pretty much. 2 Ignister because of the Cosmo matchup. Dark Destroyer can be very, very annoying, and so this is a great way to get over him. And then Amaterasu, this is the card that I was playing in my PMAG deck profile, and it is still very useful because you can either add during your opponent's turn one banished level 4 to your hand, such as Rescue Hamster if he's banished, or Rescue Rabbit if he's banished, or during your turn you can just summon them, which can help you make your rank 4 plays, or if you summon out Rescue Rabbit, you can do it again. So if you get out Seraphinite and you drop like this guy, the graveyard, you have both of these guys already and 1 card in your extra deck, you can summon him, like summon out 2 of these guys. Let's say you activated a Draco Rivals, so you have like a Luster Pendulum and then this guy in your extra deck. You can then use him to summon out the other 2. So now you have 5 monsters on the field already. Actually no, you would have more than 5 because you have Trick Clown and this guy, so you'd have to XZ summon or Synchro summon real quick into more, and then you'd just be able to pump out and then be able to make this guy. So you'd probably be able to end with this guy and a Ignister and a Dinoster. Maybe another XZ monster, which would be pretty amazing. And then Deltros, if you don't want to make Amaterasus, you can always make Deltros to pop back row. Dark Rebellion is a great way to get over Dark Destroyer, except you have to target something that isn't Dark Destroyer, which makes it very annoying. And then of course Feral Imps, just to search out our Lizard Draw or our Partanaga. 101, Castel, just generics, and then Magister, the Ascending, to search out more and to continue on our rampage is just summoning out Draco Slayers. And then of course Diagnostic Amber, who's very important with our rescue engine, to be able to return these guys to the deck. And golly, I must be sick, or it's just the morning, I don't know. Anyways, just return stuff to your deck and draw cards, just more consistency, more cycling. And of course Abyss Dweller to prevent your opponent from activating stuff in the graveyard. Not that that's too important anymore because the performance monsters are gone. But it still might be worth running. Maybe throw Cowboy in instead, I don't know. And that is the deck profile here. This deck is of course very competitive. It does have a decent matchup. I just feel that Odd Eyes has a couple of advantage with Pendulum Call not being able to be destroyed and Sky Iris not being able to be Twin Twisted. I feel that gives the Odd Eyes deck a lot of power, and of course Vortex Dragon being able to negate stuff. If you can do that, then you're very, very good and very set. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys later. Bye.